Thank you all so much again for joining us this evening. As we wind down this anything but usual school year, there is much for us to be grateful for. Our community continues to shine, our students continue to inspire us, and our superhero teachers have worked tirelessly to maintain a sense of normalcy for our students in these anything but certain times. We are also incredibly grateful to our parents who have been outstanding partners and supporters from the start. The last weeks of the school year are always filled with milestone events, and this year is no exception. While we have had to pivot in this area as well, our entire team has risen to the occasion in order to create lasting memories for students and parents alike. From our pre-K celebration earlier today that brought all in attendance to tears, to this upcoming weekend's celebratory events for the class of 2020, we have many, many reasons to celebrate. In these times of pandemic, economic uncertainty, and increased racial tensions, I know that we are all in search of answers, seeking some sort of return to normalcy and a roadmap forward. The purpose of tonight's update is to let all of you know more about the important work that we're engaged in here in school as we look ahead with excitement to the year ahead. There is much to report on and let you know about, and as we all know, the entire situation continues to be incredibly fluid, which means that there are some things we cannot in good faith answer at this moment in time. But rest assured that just as we have worked hard to update you on our planning for 2020-21, we will continue to do so throughout the summer. As we develop our plans to be back in person in the fall, we depend on guidance from Governor Murphy, our local officials, the Office of Emergency Management, and our New Jersey Association of Independent Schools. This association has created a school reopening task force, one that I am proud to sit on, along with 6 of my colleagues from around the state, as the arm that is guiding all independent schools at this time. And I can tell you with certainty that as a result of my work on this team, it's clear to me that we are in line with, if not ahead of, many of our independent school counterparts. And so I want to make this point very clear. Should it be permissible by law to open school in accordance with the governor's reopening plan, we have every intention to be open for in-person instruction in the fall. As I said, the guidance from the state will continue to drive much of our work, and we continue to keep close watch on that every single day. So what does it mean to say that we will be ready? As I said in my email to the community on May 14th, our team is already hard at work preparing for the 3 possible reopening scenarios. Scenario 1, in-person instruction with modifications made to both schedules and classroom assignments in order to be in compliance with any and all health protocols. Scenario 2, instituting a hybrid model that combines both in-school and remote instruction. Or scenario 3, implementing a comprehensive and educationally responsible remote instruction plan spanning pre-K through 12th grade. Now I know, scenario number 1 is by far the most ideal and sought after plan, but we will be ready for all 3. And to reiterate what I said earlier, I want to acknowledge the frustration that may exist as we continue to live in this uncertain state, while reassuring you that we will continue to communicate regularly as we learn more. The intensive work that is necessary to ready our school for the fall is well underway and will continue in earnest throughout the summer. Like many of our independent school counterparts, we have convened our GOA reopening task force that is made up of members of our leadership team and faculty, along with resources from outside of our school as well. This task force will have 3 distinct areas of focus. The first is education and our academic program. This team has already begun building on all that we've learned from this year's experience from the vantage point of all of our key constituent groups, and have been tasked with assessing our technology and learning platform needs, the necessary curricular and scheduling changes for the fall and beyond, and will be charting a professional development plan for every teacher in our school in order to ensure that all are ready for whatever lies ahead. The second area of focus is operations, which includes the health and safety of our students and teachers. The work in this area has already begun as it relates to the purchasing of personal protective equipment, the reimagination of space usage on our campuses, and ensuring that all plans we put in place are in accordance with the standards laid out by the state and the CDC. The third area of focus is communication. The promise that we make to all of our families is that we will continue to keep you closely informed about our plans. While I know that some may want this more frequently than others, my request of all of you is that you take the time to read what we are posting on our school website and sending via email thoroughly. I know that we all continue to be very busy with our hectic lives. However, the best way to continue to strengthen the partnership between school and home is by keeping those lines of communication open. If there are questions after reading something that we've sent out or posted on the website, please reach out. Ask your questions while also maintaining faith and trust in our team that we are working as hard as we can to provide you with the most up-to-date information possible. I'm also asking that all members of our community, students, teachers, and parents alike, remain flexible in these ever-changing times. So long as the guidance we receive enables us to be back in school, this is where we will be. We are not naive, however, and recognize that school will look different. One thing that we are confident will look different is busing. It's no secret that this pandemic has had a devastating economic effect on many aspects of our lives. Busing, and more specifically the bus companies in our state, have not been immune to that. The uncertainty exists both as it relates to the transportation we receive from our local school districts and our private bus company. It's imperative that your individual processes begin now to consider the different options, whether that be carpooling or private transportation for your children. This is certainly not what any of us wants, yet it's important for us to be as practical as possible in order that we can be as all prepared for what lies ahead. I want to thank you all again for joining me tonight for this update, and also want to extend a special thanks to those who submitted their questions in advance. I've tried to incorporate many of those questions into what I've just said, while also acknowledging that some of those questions were quite grade specific. To that end, I have shared those questions with the appropriate administrators, and they will follow up either individually or through one of their upcoming grade level meetings or updates. These last few months have been filled with many powerful emails from parents to our faculty, and there's one in particular that I'd like to share as I close. This parent wrote, "Thank you for all that you have done for our kids and our families, both inside the classroom and from home. What a hard and different year this has been, but you have helped us and held our hands virtually through it all. You have truly given from your hearts, pivoted creatively, and given an abundance of time. You are the best of the best, and we are forever grateful to you. We will miss your faces on the screen in our kitchen." It has most definitely been a hard and different year, and we applaud our entire community on their efforts. And as we look ahead, we look forward to continuing to deliver on our promise of an excellent education for all of our Golda Ak Academy students this fall. We have, from an educational standpoint, certainly learned a lot, and we look forward to putting so much of that learning into practice when we return. We all need to look no further than to our incredible alumni to know that a GOA education is a powerful gift that you are all giving to your children. Thank you again for joining us this evening. My prayer for our community is that we all be back together soon, and that in the meantime, you all stay safe and well. Laila Tov, and thank you again for your partnership and support.